I cannot tell you guys how helpful a credit card is. Yo, what is up everybody on YouTube? It's your boy 97Kicks and welcome to episode 3 of How to Resell Sneakers. And today's episode is going to be about why you absolutely need a credit card. Let's get right into this. Before we start out this video, I'm gonna need you guys to smash that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Hitting that like button really helps the algorithm out for me a lot. Really helps me grow the channel. You know, like right now I just broke 500 subs and I'm trying to get 1,000 subs before the end of the year. So if you could smash that like button for your boy, if you could subscribe if you're new here, I would appreciate that so much. Now, disclaimer before we start the video, I know when I talk about financials and all this type of stuff, starting credit card and all this stuff, do all this stuff at your own risk, okay? Only open a credit card if you are good with money. Don't open a credit card if you're the type of person to just splurge on everything, you know, like spend money that you don't have. Do not open a credit card if that's you. If you're a responsible person, if you're responsible financially, then yeah, by all means, open up a credit card. But what I'm saying is that when you open up a credit card, only spend money that you actually have. Don't spend money that you don't have. So the reason why having credit cards, and especially multiple credit cards, is extremely helpful for reselling sneakers is that you just have so much more potential capital to play around with. Okay, so one of the biggest reasons why having a credit card is so important for sneaker reselling is because of the cashback rewards. Now, I know there are a lot of people, you know, like your financial gurus like Graham Stephan, those types of people who are like much more money savvy than me and they know how to write stuff off as business expenses. I'm not really there yet because I mean, I just started my YouTube. I'm only 500 subs, so I can't really do any of that stuff yet, but I'm just talking about the regular consumer cashbacks. So for example, on my Discover It credit card, so I have 5% cashback on rotatable categories. Right now my category is at like Walmart, Target, and Amazon. So if you guys don't know what cashback is, basically whenever I make a purchase on this Discover It credit card to Walmart, to Target, to Amazon, then 5% of that purchase comes back to me as either credit for lowering my credit card balance, or I could directly transfer it to my bank account, or I could get some kind of gift card credit. So either way, I get 5% back on all my purchases, which is great. And if you think about it, that's essentially increasing your profit margin for the sneakers that you're planning to resell by 5%. So for example, if I purchase a $100 sneaker, right, and I swipe my Discover It credit card and I get 5% cash back on that purchase, then essentially I'm only paying $95 for that sneaker, and I just saved myself $5. I just increased my profit margin by $5. And if you add this up for all the sneakers that you resell, say you resell hundreds of sneakers, then this type of cash back quickly adds up. So this is extremely important for those of y'all who are trying to resell sneakers. Credit cards are the way. And the next point I want to talk about is having multiple credit cards. So having multiple credit cards is even better than just having one credit card. And let me give you a couple reasons why. So for example, if you're trying to cop some hyped release off of the sneakers app, and I am by no means a sneakers app expert, I don't know all the tips and tricks, I don't know like all this fancy stuff of having multiple accounts. I've tried it before, but I am in no way an expert at it. But I have heard that if you have multiple accounts on multiple devices on multiple credit cards, then you increase your chances of actually copying the sneaker, because you have all these different credit cards that you can enter in. Your chances of actually copying from the sneakers app, drops like the sneakers app or whatever other websites like Foot Locker or any of these other websites, are just multiplied because you have multiple credit cards that can be charged. Not only that, but having multiple credit cards increases your credit limit. So I'm not saying to go splurge and just spend money that you don't have, but what I am saying is that if you're copying sneakers and you know for sure that you can sell the sneaker with profit, then yeah, you should use your credit card even if you don't actually have that much money in your bank account. because you know that you'll get that money back and more to pay off your credit card bill and also have some profit for yourself. And for y'all who don't really know how credit cards work, basically by the end of each cycle, once a month, you have to pay off your credit card balance. So yeah, it can be really helpful if maybe one day you're just walking to Foot Locker, right, and they just had a huge restock of the Mocha ones, and you want to just buy out the entire store of all the Mocha ones because you know that even if you sell it right then and there, you would be making your money back with a huge profit margin at the same time. So it would be a smart move to spend that credit even though you don't have that much money inside of your bank account. And for my young audience who don't really know how credit cards work, I know me, when I first got my credit card, I had no idea how it worked. I was like, why the hell do I have a negative balance on my credit card? Huh? Like, this is terrible. I have a negative balance on my credit card. Yeah, so I literally had no idea how credit cards worked when I got my first credit card, and basically I had to learn through watching YouTube videos, and now I'm just like so much more financially savvy by watching these YouTube videos. So for all of my young audience out there who are maybe in their teens, don't have credit card yet, I really suggest y'all to go watch these videos about credit cards, because my parents are immigrants. They didn't really know much of this financial stuff coming into America. They still don't really know that much. So I really do encourage y'all to go watch YouTube videos and stay woke on this stuff, because it is really useful stuff that you don't even learn about in the school. So yeah, basically how a credit card works is that it's just a card, and then you have this thing called credit. So for example, if you have $1,000 credit, that's how much money that you can spend using that credit card before you have to pay it off. So every single month at the end of the cycle, it says on the credit card that you have a balance that you must pay off. Basically, you want to keep that balance as low as possible by the end of the cycle. And if you pay off your credit card balance by the end of each cycle, then that looks good, and that will increase your credit score. Basically, a credit score just shows like how financially credible of a person you are. It can range anywhere from like 450, 500, and high end is like 700, 800 is like the max. But yeah, a goal for y'all is try to get 700 credit score. And having a high credit score and building your credit up at an early age is extremely important, because this is the stuff that banks are gonna look at when you wanna take home loans or when you wanna take car loans. I've even seen some job applications require you to put your credit score on there. So credit score is extremely important for y'all. I would encourage you, as soon as you turn 18, like go apply for a credit card and slowly building your credit up, because it does take a very long time to build credit and to have a high credit score, which will help you in the long run. But yeah, having credit card is just so important for sneakers, guys. I mean, it'll just increase your buying power by so much. There will be times where you just walk into Foot Locker, right, and they just restocked on all the Mocha ones, and it would be an obvious decision to just buy out the entire store of all the Mocha ones. But say you don't have a credit card at that time. Say you only had $500 in your bank account, so you could only cop 3 Mocha ones. Whereas if you had a credit card and you had $2,000 credit limit, you could have copped way more sneakers. You could have maybe even copped the entire store's worth of Mocha ones, guys. And of course, another thing that you want to look at with these credit cards is, I would suggest y'all to download this app. It's called Credit Karma, and basically it shows all the different types of credit cards, and you can search them, and it shows all the perks of the credit card, like how much % cash back on what kind of categories is it, and it even shows you your credit score, and it shows you how you could improve your credit score, what you need to do to improve your credit score. Not only that, but it also sorts out the different credit cards that you have, so that it will suggest to you what categories should you use which credit card that would give you the most % cash back to help you keep more money back into your pockets. So for example, for my Bank of America credit card, I've set it as 3% cash back for online purchases. So of course, I'm going to use my Bank of America credit card for online purchases. And then for example, for my Discover It credit card, it's 5% cash back for Target and Walmart and Amazon. So of course, when I go there, I'm going to use my Discover It credit card, and then everything else is just 1% cash back. So Credit Karma really helps you decide which credit card to use for which which situation, so as to maximize your percent cash back into your pockets. For the people who are just starting out getting their credit card, you're probably going to first start out with a secured credit card, and basically that's just a credit card that you have to make a deposit into. And for me, it was $99 deposit, and then after you make some consistent payments on time, then you can call up your bank and then you can have the secured credit card removed. They'll return you your deposit and it will just become a regular credit card. But if you guys are just starting, you have no credit, and you want to apply for a credit card, you're more likely going to get a secured credit card approved only and not a regular credit card. So just keep that in mind. And another reason why having a credit card is just so helpful is that, let's say that there's a sneaker release that's coming up and you really want to get that sneaker release, but let's say your paycheck doesn't come for another 2 weeks. Well, credit card is just so useful in this situation, is because you can just swipe your credit card and then wait the 2 weeks for you to get your paycheck and then just pay off the credit card before the closing date. So it can really help you when you're in tough pickles, you know, like there's a sneaker release that's coming out and you really want to cop that release either for personal or if you want to resell it, but you don't have your paycheck yet and you can't afford it. So credit cards can really help you when you're in a tough pickle like that. But again, do not take advantage of this because you don't want to spend money that you don't have. You really want to make sure that before the end of each closing date that you're able to pay off your credit card, because the last thing that you want to happen to you is that you don't pay your credit card back in time, and that lowers your credit score, and it could potentially even close the credit card from you, making it even more difficult for you to apply for new credit cards in the future, new loans in the future. So you really want to avoid that. And I know maybe some of you are saying like,
oh, but 97 kicks, like my credit score is so low, how can I apply for new credit cards? How could I even be approved as a credit card?
And let me tell you a story that I had. So as some of y'all may know, I studied abroad in China for a school year, and during that time I just completely forgot to pay off my credit card. And basically that was a really stupid move of me. That was really irresponsible of me, and basically my credit card was closed and my credit score dropped drastically. I think I was at like 540 something credit score. So, and if y'all don't know, that is extremely bad. Oh my god, that is terrible. Like you wouldn't be approved for anything. But yeah, as soon as I came back to America, I was like, oh shit, like my credit is absolute garbage. Like I literally can't afford any of these sneakers. I literally can't participate in any of these sneaker releases because I just don't have credit. I just don't have that much capital to be playing around with in order to cop these sneaker releases and potentially resell them. So what I did was I did the same thing that like I suggested. I applied for a secured credit card. Bank of America, you know, was like the crappiest perks ever, just 1% cash back on everything. And it was a secured credit card too. So I had to make a $99 deposit as well.
Oh, boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
And let me tell y'all, in the end, it was actually worth it. I made consistent payments over the span of several months, almost an entire year. And you know, I was applying to other credit cards too, trying to build up my credit, you know, and I was finally approved for a pretty good credit card, the Discover It credit card. When I first started out with that crappy Capital One Journey student credit card, I literally only had a $300 credit limit. Can you guys believe that? $300 credit card limit. That's literally like, I could literally buy like one Jordan with a $300 credit limit. After several months, after I built up my credit score, I built it all the way from 540 credit score all the way up to 700. And then I applied and I was finally approved of my Discover It credit card, and I literally have $2,000 credit limit with this, which is absolutely insane. Absolute huge come up from $300 credit limit from my Capital One Journey student credit card. And let me tell you, this Discover It credit card has helped me a ton with sneaker releases, so definitely should get a credit card. Yeah guys, that's pretty much it. And if you guys like this video, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and turn on post bell notifications so that you don't miss a single video. And again guys, I'm trying my best, trying my hardest to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So if you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. It would mean the absolute world to me. And it's been your boy 97 Kicks, and we out, y'all.